It's a warm welcome from the River Nile, and I'm on one of these boats actually that I saw on one of the evenings that I was here. At that time I was a bit tired, I didn't fancy going out, but I've actually got a full boat to myself, and it cost 100 Egyptian pounds. They charge one per person to go out, and pretty much, I mean, you look at it, the boats are actually docked by the riverfront, and there's not much really happening, so it's a good time to be going, because a cruise down the River Nile isn't a bad thing, is it? And just to show you exactly what they've got here, they've got a lot of these boats here, and they're actually touting for customers. As I walked in, there was a guy trying to charge me £250 per one. 250 Egyptian pounds, that is, not British pounds. So don't get confused that they're going to charge you 250 quid to go on this, but it's a good experience, I guess, going on the Nile. I've never been on the Nile before. There's a famous book and film, Death on the River Nile, I guess, but we don't want any of that today. We just want a sensible trip on the River Nile. And there's lots of actually hotels actually by the riverfront. You've got the Ritz-Carlton over there, there's the Kempinski over there, there's a few more. There's a Semiramis Intercontinental Hotel that looks like the business as well, and to top it all off, there's a big McDonald's sign over there, the Golden Arches, just to add a bit of flavour into the mix, I guess. What can I say about the River Nile? It's famous across the world. Most people have heard of the River Nile. Famous in Egypt, of course, but it does go into other countries as well. Uganda, for example. It's actually quite windy as well when the boat's here, so I'm hoping it doesn't ruin my sound, so I'm trying to face away from the wind so you can see the direction that the boat's going in, which is I guess, looking at the map of Cairo, is that going down the Nile, I guess. If you are here in Cairo, be prepared to negotiate, be prepared to bargain with whatever, you know, whatever you fancy, really, because everything that I found, a lot of it I'm not even really interested in at the time anyway. If you watch my pyramids video, I wasn't interested in a horse ride, and that went down to 20. And then when they had the horse and cart, I thought, why not go on that? I just wanted it for filming purposes anyway, so I can film. And that also went down because I had it in my head that, you know, I could get low prices out of this. Now they are struggling for business a bit here in Cairo. Inflation is high, as is everywhere else, and they'll be grateful for your business. Now, getting a boat like this for 100 is actually very, very cheap, and I expect a lot of these bargains are there to be found if you come to Cairo anytime soon, because I don't see the, you know, I was talking to a guy actually today, and he says that inflation is quite high here. Price of commodities has gone through the roof like it has anywhere, so they are struggling as well, as are most countries as well. We've got high inflation almost everywhere. I'm not sure if there is a country in the world that doesn't have high inflation, but it's a nice trip along the River Nile. You get a lot of views here as well, and there's a lot of cruises as well that you can do here. There's quite a few that I was reading about. They do like 4-day, 7-day, 2-day cruises on the River Nile, and they go to different places, Aswan, Luxor, and God knows where else, many places. So if you're into that sort of thing, if you want to go like places like the Valley of the Kings or whatever, a lot of them do cruises, and I've seen actually some tourists here from America and Canada that have come here specifically for those, and they're in Cairo before they shift base to other places around Egypt and go on these cruises. fair, these boats aren't actually too bad. I was looking at them the other day and I thought they might be a bit shabby, but they're actually not too bad. They've got decent cushioning around here, and some of them even have seating in the middle as well, so it's not too bad. And the guy was telling me that they do have music as well. If you want to play on board, you can have an hour's ride, you can have a 3 hours ride with music and guests. And I suppose I don't know what the cost for that is. You could bring food and drink on board as well, so I guess if you're here with a family, it's probably worth doing, spending a bit of time on the River Nile. Do a 3-hour cruise going up here, spend a bit of time passing the memorable sites that are in Cairo. I think there's the Hilton behind me, is it? Yeah, the Ramses Hilton just over there next to the McDonald's. I'm not sure if that actually is a McDonald's or if there's just a sign there. Can't actually see a McDonald's there. That might just be a bit of advertisement there by McDonald's. The Arches always gets their sign in. Cairo Tower just over there. You'll probably see it in the distance. A lot of these boats here, actually, they've got a lot of these boats. Actually, I can see a few people sitting. They have these dinner and dance events here. I'm not sure who they're aimed at. Are they more for the mature, discerning customer with a bit of belly dancing going on? I'm not too sure. But there's a lot of these boats, actually. Some of them look quite shabby, to be honest. But I'm not sure if the inside, the decor is well done. I can't really tell, but there's a number of them. And this one actually looks like I can see on the bottom floor, actually, they've got quite a few people in there. Le Pasha, 1901, blimey. 1901, the year. Did Queen Victoria die in 1901? Possibly, if I've got my history right. Le Pasha, 1901. There's another one here. You've got a few people sitting at the top, just over here, enjoying a summer's day in Cairo, having their dinner, I guess, or a late lunch. Somebody waving at me there. Joining in the fun. The mood must be good. It has to be good on the River Nile. Look at this boat here. This is interesting as well. It must be interesting travelling on a boat like this. That looks fairly chilled out, to be honest. I wouldn't mind doing that. If I was here with my wife, I'd do this for a bit of romance. Always good to go on a boat like this, a bit of stylish, a bit of style, a few cushions, food and drink on board. Always good to do. Just thinking, what have we got here? There's a load of apartments by the looks of it, and another one of those boat dinner and dance, dinner and whatever boats. Not sure what they're exactly called. One thing I do like actually about Cairo since I've been here, some of the architecture is fantastic. Some of the, the mosques in particular, they've got some of them have a very, very, they've got a unique style. I was expecting more of the Istanbul style ones maybe, but they've got a style of their own, which is good. And I will be visiting maybe one or two of them as well on my trip here. Somebody's been recommending the Al-Azhar Mosque, so I might go there. A trip to the Al-Azhar Mosque. The boat's turning around now. So you do it's a half an hour journey, so you do 15 minutes one way, 15 minutes back. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's not a bad way to spend half an hour. So as we turn around, make the turn, if you are ever in Cairo, do pop down to the Nile, take a trip on one of these boats. If you're with a family, come on board, put a bit of music on, and bring some food and drink, and enjoy the day. It's actually quite a nice evening. The weather's pretty relaxed. It's still hot and a bit humid, but there's a bit of a breeze here by the river. You don't get that in the downtown area because the buildings are so high-rise that there's no chance for any wind to break through. But yeah, breaking wind. So from the River Nile, I'm going to enjoy this return journey going back. So I'm going to have a bit of a sleep here on these cushions. It's a goodbye.